Hello everyone, welcome back to the forest garden. On a hill
near a wood,
where nobody goes,
up a track,
through a gate, the food forest grows, with secrets and treasures for everyone's pleasure, and Rob's discovery. It's the 19th of February today, and it's the first day where it's really felt like spring here. It stopped raining finally. There are snowdrops pushing up through the ground, and the first daffodils as well. And before I start back at work properly full time, there are quite a few jobs to do here. The shepherd's hut, despite the Land Rover, my dad and I's best efforts,
I don't think it's going to come out of the holes it's dug itself into.
it is still not on the plinth. The Land Rover wasn't quite man enough, so we're going to have to employ a tractor. And although perhaps this winch that I bought could do it, I'm a little bit terrified of hand winches, so I think the tractor's best. The geese are hanging out in their new favourite spot. This is the first time for years they have been beyond their Jurassic Park territory, delineated by the electric fence that's now been reeled in. And the reason they've come this far is because Frank, the goose, along with his lady friend from Hinton Blewett, he has now taken lead of the gaggle, and Tony, who would never go beyond where the electric fence was, well, he's now a secondary gander. So Frank is leading the rest of the geese round the rest of the garden, and they are mowing the grass beautifully, as they always should have. This monstrosity just here is a disassembled geodome. Yes, another geodome, not one of mine. It came from another chap called Rob down in the village. He built it himself about 5 years ago. It's now surplus to his requirements, so he broke it into 3 chunks for me, and I hauled it back up with my Land Rover and trailer up through the village, only a mile away. It was a bit precarious. We're through. Now to unload it and to see if all the pieces are there to set it up. I'm thinking I should have waited for help to move this. At least it's helping me shelter from the rain. It must look quite a sight from a distance. Like an enormous, raggedy, translucent tortoise shuffling across the garden. Piece number 1. This is where it's going to go, just here. I've marked it out with a circle of bamboo canes with little terracotta pots on top. I think it'll be I think it'll be the perfect place. I have the other dome as well. When the one fantastic geodome from over there fell into a little pile of matchsticks, I've still got all those pieces to put back up, so I'm thinking maybe a double dome. Just there, there, and there. That from the air will look like an enormous pair of breasts. What do you think? Well, I'm going to do it anyway, so watch the space. Watch my step. but Tilly and I are going to try and slot it back together today. Another job is brush cutting the meadow areas. There's about an acre band of meadow in a horseshoe shape round the outside of the 1.5 acres of forest garden in the middle, and that's probably the highest element of maintenance here on site, is artificially grazing the meadow. I usually strim it with a string trimmer or weed whacker or whippersnipper, depending where you're from, but this time I'm using a more heavy duty brush cutter, a petrol powered one, and it's just chunking through all the tussocks of grass, all the molehills, and the metaphor of hot knife and butter springs to mind. But it all needs raking up, all this herbage, and then it all needs removing from here to remove the nitrogen and the nutrients, and then piling up in the garden where it can rot down and turn into soil. So that's part of what Tilly's doing today, as well as lighting fires in the very damp yurt and even damper shepherd's hut that hasn't had windows for the past few weeks, so the rain has really got in there. Hello?
Lighting fires.
Oh, firewood.
To do, yeah.
Good idea. I'd better stop dallying about with my telephone, fire up this machine and actually do some work. So today, geodome, lighting fires, brush cutting meadows, wrangling geese. Oh, feeding the cat. Where's Panga? Oh, Tilly's already fed her. She has a very satisfied look on her feline face. Hello. And there's one more job, and that is my mum kindly collected bags and bags full of yellow rattle seeds, or hay rattle, from her meadow last year. So I'm just going to distribute these around this meadow and stamp them in, because as many of you may know, yellow rattle is a parasite to grass, and if you introduce yellow rattle into a meadow, it will suppress a lot of the grass, allowing more wildflowers to come through. So I think I'll do that first, just ease gently into the day. Oh, look at the catkins on this Italian red alder. They're gorgeous. It is so easy to be distracted from work with things like this. But yeah, must get on. Just have a quick look in the yurt. Disturb her. Okay, nice to see you all again. I hope you enjoyed that update, and see you again soon with some more exciting videos, maybe actually edited ones next time. Bye for beautiful springtime.